Recording live from the trash pile on the battlefield, it's the Dragon Ball Z podcast with your hosts, Devin and Drew.
It's the Dragon Ball Z podcast, everybody. Back again to clean up the trash.
Yeah, get that trash out of here.
You should do it in like a Stone Cold voice. That's what he always
Fucking
says.
trash.
That piece of trash.
Fucking Yamcha.
Fucking Chaozu.
Fucking Puar.
Oh, man.
Supposed to be some sort of fucking shape-shifting cat.
Puar with the fucking shape-shifting gimmick.
Yamcha's dead. Give me a hell yeah.
Oh, hell yeah. Oh, man. It's funny because everybody who listens to this podcast is going to just automatically think that you're like a wrestling fan.
Yeah, just a disclaimer, folks. I'm not a wrestling fan, but I appreciate the culture.
You appreciate Hogan.
Yeah. Hogan
Basically.
and pretty much just 90s wrestling. That's whatever I grew up with.
Don't forget the 80s, dude.
I wasn't around in the 80s, brother.
Wool.
My WWE or F or E or whatever knowledge, it spans from the Giant up to like Stone Cold, whatever that era was.
Yeah. Well, you need to go back and watch WrestleMania 3, dude.
Oh, man. So
What the fuck are we talking about?
let's just get on with the episode. We have plenty of time to talk about Yamcha dying later. And
Yeah, we got to get to that. Dragon Ball Z, episode 23. Originally aired on October 18th, 1989 in Japan and February 8th, 1997 in the US. The show begins and we get an overhead shot of the battlefield. Gohan, Piccolo, and Krillin are ready to face off with the 6 Cybermen, with Vegeta and Nappa intriguingly watching from behind. Did you like the animation here? Or lack of?
lazy animation again, just still shots.
Or
Panning side to side.
No, there was no like detail here. It was just like little smudges, like kind of in the color of the characters.
I usually don't mind that when they get lazy. I imagine animating's really hard.
Well, yeah, it is, but they're not.
I took an animation class in high school, and I lasted all of like 2 or 3 days before I quit.
Yeah. Krillin tells Gohan to pay attention, that his thoughts are unfocused. Piccolo tells him not to be scared. The Cybermen attack, or 2 of them anyway, I think. One fights with Piccolo and one fights with Krillin. Gohan just stands there with his dick in his hand as everyone flies around fighting around him. Mm-hmm. That training is really paying off here.
Yeah, so far, not really. I guess it's, what's it? Gohan's getting those octagon jitters.
Yeah. It never really, his training doesn't really pay off this whole story arc. Like, he never really does anything except when he transforms, but that has nothing, that's by pure coincidence.
Yeah, and I feel like it was almost just like a learning experience for him because like he definitely like remembers in the
That's
future
true.
story arcs. Like he's definitely down on himself for kind of fucking up on like letting everybody down in the Vegeta fight and whatnot. And then he kind of makes up for it later.
Yeah. Kinda.
Exact, kind of. Well, I mean, he does in Cell Saga in a pretty big way, but that's a while to get ways away.
Well, he also fucks up then, too.
Does he?
Yeah. That's how I go. Yeah, we'll get to that.
Yeah, we'll get to
No
that.
need. One of the Cybermen comes up behind Gohan and hits him. Piccolo steps in and tells Gohan to believe in himself. Gohan says he'll try. Piccolo tells him, do or do not. There is no try.
Yeah, you think Gohan would have learned this by now? This is like the 10th time Piccolo's had to tell Gohan to man up. There's no trying. There's no trying in baseball.
There's no trying in... That's a Yamcha quote. Vegeta and Nappa just mock Piccolo and Gohan. Then a shirtless Tien arrives, and he brought Chaozu with him, who unfortunately is wearing a shirt.
Unfortunately?
Yeah, that's a joke. That's the joke. Tien notices the Cybermen and says the Saiyans brought some friends with them. Krillin informs him that they actually grew them. Chaozu is confused.
But it's like Chaozu's been making fitness. He's got a tank top on.
Been doing his aerobics.
Yeah.
Tien then asks who the kid is and asks if it's Goku's son. Krillin says that Piccolo has been training him. Tien seems perfectly okay with this and notes that Gohan is bold like his father. Where did he come up with this?
I guess just for him showing up, maybe.
Can he sense Gohan's boldness?
I'm sure he can sense his power level.
That's kind of not the same thing, but...
He's there. He's got his hands up. He's got a head. He's got a sweet headband on.
Yeah, where'd he get that? And why? Piccolo made it for him?
Yeah, generated it from thin air. My hair's getting in my eyes, Piccolo.
At least he's not wearing like a ponytail.
Right?
Although he does later, I think.
Or a stupid hat.
A stupid hat?
Or a bowl cut.
Oh, we'll get to that. Chaozu is... I'm not sure what the word to use here is. Enamored with Gohan. Like he just stares at Gohan with a big grin on his face. He's like, ah.
I don't know, yeah. Enamored, that's above my vocabulary.
Oh, sorry. Big words.
Big words.
Nappa then shouts that he's had enough and tells the Cybermen he wants to hear them beg for mercy. The now 5 Z-Warriors prepare to fight as we hear someone in the distance yell, "Wait for me!" Oh God. Yamcha arrives, and he says he's sorry for being late. Yamcha looks around at everyone and says, "Why is everyone acting all serious around here? Let's get this over with, please."
Yes, please. Let's get to it.
Vegeta says it's now 6-on-6, the 6 warriors against the 6 Cybermen. Vegeta throws out an offer to make this a match and fight the Cybermen one at a time. Piccolo angrily says that they are not here to play games and that they are not going to play by the Saiyans' rules. He says they'll take them all on at once. Krillin reminds Piccolo that they're still waiting on Goku, and this will buy them some time.
Yeah, it's almost like Vegeta and Nappa like got into Piccolo's head because he's usually the level-headed one who thinks things through and strategizes and whatnot. And he's just like dropping the ball on that.
Yeah, he's kind of been like that the whole time.
So yeah, I really think they got in his head somehow. Maybe Nappa.
Or he knows how, he realizes just how, maybe he just realizes how fucked they are.
Yeah, he just wants to get it over with. He just wants a glorious death.
He doesn't really think there is any kind of chance, or maybe he doesn't even think Goku can really help them.
Maybe.
He doesn't know that Goku is as strong as he is. I don't know.
I mean, he has to assume that Goku's gotten a lot. I mean, he knows he's training in Otherworld.
Yeah, but
yeah, I don't know.
Nobody really knows what that means.
I just chalk it up to Piccolo being distracted, finding out he was adopted, and and Nappa calling him names.
Tien decides to go first. Vegeta sends out one of the Cybermen and tells him not to hold anything back. The news helicopters then return for whatever reason, and once again Nappa blows them up. As he does this, he says, "You want some news? Now you are the news."
That's a good one.
I love blunt jokes.
Dumb broad.
Dumb broad. We then see Yajirobe eating. A journalist asks him why he isn't helping the others fight the aliens. "Because I'm hungry." I mean, if that reason works for Goku, then I don't see why Yajirobe can't use it.
Yeah. I mean, yeah. Yajirobe, I mean, so then he goes on and talks about how he's kind of waiting, they're like fighting round one and he's going to come in for the later rounds.
Yeah. Yajirobe says this is all strategy. The others are wearing them down in round one, and he's saving his energy for round two.
And he's not lying.
No, he's not. Although he doesn't really come in until like round 3.
Yeah, but I mean, he's the MVP.
Yeah.
But we'll get to how Yajirobe's the best character later. But this whole him taking that role of leader of the special task force or whatever in front of all the media, at least, like, it almost reminds me of Hercule before Hercule appears.
Yeah, kind of.
It's just pretty funny. I like how he's doing it.
Yajirobe. No. Where am I? Okay. The journalist asks Yajirobe who the other members of his team are. He says Goku, Yamcha, Krillin. When asked if he really knows Goku by a reporter, Yajirobe says that he's Goku's trainer.
So yeah, and then, I mean, he claims he's Goku's trainer, and then Mr. Satan, I know he's claimed multiple times that he's Goku's trainer. So,
did he?
Some similar. Oh yeah, definitely.
Huh, interesting.
Or maybe not, or I don't know about Goku. He's definitely claimed like either Trunks and Goten, but I'm pretty sure Goku too. He names him maybe in the Cell games. I'm not sure.
Maybe.
But yeah, he definitely claims Z Fighters as
he claims a lot of
students.
things. Yeah.
But yeah, it all started with Yajirobe in front of the cameras, reporting the fake news. We
need that Yajirobe Satan duo.
Oh man, Yajirobe would smoke him. He's like, I mean, Yajirobe, he can actually fight to an extent.
Yeah, he is trained.
Hercule is just completely just show.
Well, sort of.
I mean, he can beat up regular people.
Yeah, like I say, he won some tournament. He is the champ after all.
Those were real fights, dude.
Those were real fights, dude. What's Yajirobe gonna do when Hercule goes to the top rope, brother?
Oh man.
We then go to Kame House, where Roshi, Bulma, Puar, Oolong, and I think Turtle is there too. They're watching the news, and the news is the interview that just took place with Yajirobe. I didn't know this was being broadcasted. I thought this was some kind of private lunch where he just answers questions.
It's one of those lunch press conference combinations.
Yeah, I guess. Yajirobe addressing the nation.
Yeah.
Ox King then mysteriously appears.
And somehow fits in Kami House.
I say mysteriously because how did he get inside without anyone hearing him? And how did he even get inside to begin with?
Yeah. And this is your sub versus dub moment right here.
Oh.
Dub definitely wins. Because, or no, the sub. I think, was it in the dub where Roshi says, "Thank goodness you didn't bring Chi-Chi."
Yes.
Yes, that's an amazing line.
What does he say in the sub?
No, he just says, he tells him, yeah, Yama, because I think in the subs, Yama, or not Yama, fucking, what's his name? Ox King asks where Goku is, and he tells him that he's meeting up with the others.
Interesting.
But, yeah, I love that line. Thank goodness you didn't bring Chi-Chi.
Yeah, he's like, it's smart. You didn't bring Chi-Chi with you.
We all, I mean, I feel like everybody in the show feels how we feel about Chi-Chi, or at least how I feel. I guess I can't speak for everybody, but Chi-Chi's a fucking bitch.
Roshi says it was a good idea that Ox King came without Chi-Chi. Roshi spoke too soon.
Yeah.
Chi-Chi wants to know where Gohan is.
Chi-Chi's like one of those people, if you say her name too much, she'll just appear.
Like Beetlejuice?
Yes, exactly like Beetlejuice. Biggie Smalls, Biggie Smalls, Biggie Smalls.
Instead of everyone just telling Chi-Chi where Gohan is, they just all put their heads down and have a sad look on their face like Gohan died or something.
Mm-hmm.
Chi-Chi demands Roshi tell her where Gohan is. He says that he's on the battlefield with Piccolo. Chi-Chi faints.
I mean, I know it wasn't too many episodes ago, but how did Chi-Chi come to find out about Gohan being with Piccolo and Goku dying? Did she end up just showing up to the island, I think?
Yeah, she showed up with Ox King and Roshi told her.
Now I remember. All right, I just need a little memory refresher.
Speaking of the battlefield, we go back to the scene of the fight. Tien and the Cyberman. Would that be the correct term, Cyberman?
Cyberman.
Because
I don't know. You don't want to misgender them.
Cyberzer.
Cyberzimzers.
Cyberzim. But I'm just talking about because there's only one of them, because you say Cybermen is plural, so would it be Cyberman?
Yeah, I'd say so.
Okay, the Tien and the Cybermen are squaring off. The Cyberman attacks first. Tien counters. Tien charges, but the Cyberman opens his head like a something and squirts out a giant load of something that looks like something.
It's really gross.
This is fucked.
He kind of just blows his load all over the place.
Whatever the thick white goo that came out of the Cyberman's large bulbous head is acidic as it eats through the ground. It narrowly misses Tien and almost hits Gohan, but Piccolo saves him at the last second. I kind of wanted to see that, though. See it hit Gohan, just for the visual.
Or Yamcha.
And Gohan screaming in agony as he melts. Or Yamcha. Yeah, Yamcha would be good, too. Anybody, really. I just want to see what it does.
There's a missed opportunity there.
Tien lands an elbow that puts the Cyberman down. Nappa says this is impossible. Vegeta says this must be a weak batch, but Nappa does not agree. Nappa says all these Cybermen have a power level of 1200, the same power level as Raditz. The Cyberman...
That weak bitch Raditz.
The Cyberman that Tien dropped gets to his feet, but is instantly destroyed by Vegeta. This is shocking to the others. Even Nappa says, Vegeta, why? Vegeta says he wasn't of any use to them. Nappa...
Yeah, or no, you can go ahead.
I was say Nappa acts very like remorseful here. It's kind of strange.
Yeah, he's been showing his vulnerability in little spurts here and there.
Yeah.
And like it makes me think if they did decide to keep him around, he would have been a lot easier to flip than Vegeta was. Because you can tell he has some humanity in him.
Maybe. I
mean,
don't know.
Vegeta's like the epitome of fucking evil, and they somehow flipped him. Vegeta kills his own friends.
Well,
Doesn't give a fuck.
Vegeta kind of flipped because he realized that, like, you know, he couldn't beat Goku and he didn't really have anywhere to go.
Yeah, but I mean,
it was just kind of by chance. Like, he was just kind of put in the position where it was either join the team or just kind of. Or
at any rate, I think they would have flipped Nappa. Like either. Like,
I'm not convinced
by default, because he would. If Vegeta flipped, Nappa would have certainly flipped with him. And two,
possibly if Vegeta was there, then yeah.
Nappa seems to have a lot more respect for his allies, and they pretty much allied up against Frieza on Namek. So I can see him being loyal to them. He's not just gonna go and kill them after he's fighting side by side with them.
Maybe.
I mean, we see it right here with these fucking little green monsters that he grew in the ground. Or maybe he just has like a fatherly bond with these Cybermen because he grew them himself.
Well, I don't know. Even when Vegeta just was like destroyed Arlia, he was kind of like, you know, what are you doing that for? They liked us.
Exactly, yeah.
But then he kind of got over it pretty quick.
Yeah, he gets it. I mean, he's seen it so many times, I'm sure by now. But yeah, I think they could have flipped him rather easily. It's definitely easier than Vegeta, in my opinion. Vegeta's, I don't know how they've managed to flip. I mean, obviously I know what happens, but it's kind of unbelievable that they could flip a guy as evil as Vegeta.
Well, I think Bulma had a lot to do with it.
Maybe. Probably. but yeah, it's unfortunate. Nappa is a missed definitely a wasted character. They could have. But I feel like you think Vegeta, like you think he would have had some sort of bond with him, to like maybe like after like all the shit goes down and he like joins the Z team. Maybe like, hey, let's wish back Nappa.
I don't know. I don't know what he thinks of Nappa. Maybe he thinks he's just weak.
But even if they did bring back Nappa, I don't think they could get away with the same shit that they get away with now.
Probably not. But do you think? I don't know if Nappa would be as entertaining as, you know, like a good guy.
I think so.
I mean, I'm sure he would be, but part of what makes him funny is he's kind of a dick.
Yeah, but maybe, he would just be a dick to his enemies. Just like how, Vegeta's still funny when he's good.
Yeah, that's true.
And like, Nappa would be like he'd go even more dad mode as a good guy.
I wonder what Nappa would do. Like, would he just...
Can you imagine all the Majin Buu jokes he would have made? Oh my god, it would have been amazing.
But I can't imagine Nappa would have made it that far. He would die more than anybody.
Nah, he would have... Yamcha's still around in the Majin Buu era.
That's because Yamcha never fought. He died here and he tapped out.
Nappa's a Saiyan. He definitely would have adapted.
Yeah, I guess. So what do you think he would have done? Just continued to follow Vegeta around? Or... Because, Vegeta... He hooks up with Bulma and like starts a family and everything. So, what would Nappa have done?
Yeah, he would have had to find himself a lady.
Lived with Roshi's.
He would have lived with Roshi's. Oh man, who knows?
That would have been entertaining.
Yeah, it would have. There's so many ways they could have gone with that.
You think Krillin was a bad roommate?
Oh man.
Because Nappa's giant Saiyan eating all the food, taking big shits.
That'd be great. They'd have to like turn the show into like a sitcom.
Exactly. Regardless, we need more Nappa.
We need, get that petition going.
Yes.
Go fund me, and we need what are the other ones?
Change.org.
Change.org, GoFundMe, fucking all that shit. I can't think of the other ones.
I thought you were about to start doing the list gimmick.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, I can't. It's hard to. Yeah, I can't list things right now. My brain's not working.
All right, where were we? Yeah, Nappa's acting remorseful, which is not necessarily out of character, but
yeah, I think it's actually like one of the more interesting aspects of his character.
Yeah. Perhaps this was done to show Vegeta as being ruthless and having no pity. Just to show him as like the ultimate villain.
Yeah, for sure. Definitely.
Back on Snake Way, Goku is still flying at full speed. Will he make it back in time? Stay tuned to find out. The Z-Warriors are all taken back by Vegeta's decision to kill his own ally. Except Piccolo, he doesn't give a fuck. Nappa says he doesn't understand, to which Vegeta explains that the Cyberman was losing, which means he wasn't trying his hardest. Piccolo notes to himself that Vegeta shows no mercy, even to his own, and that there will be no prisoners. They're fighting for their lives.
Piccolo is like saving that little tidbit in the back of his head, like, if Yamcha doesn't pull through in his fight, I'm going to blast him.
Oh, that's a missed opportunity.
Yeah.
Yamcha gets beat up and then fucking Piccolo just blows him up. He was losing.
God, that would have been great. Like, Piccolo's like last hurrah as a bad guy.
That would have made him the ultimate good guy. That would have been
he would have been a hero to us.
It would have been the ultimate turn.
Yeah, Piccolo needs to turn heel more.
Call that babyface, brother. We see some news stations parked nearby the fight, trying to get some shots, but there's too much energy in the area, and it's messing with their equipment. Vegeta then asks...
It's all that multi-dimensional shifts, bro.
It's fucking DARPA interfering. The Heart Project.
Yep. And the lizard people and the flat earth is off alignment.
The fucking, what is it? The Whimser Hum.
The Whimser Hum.
3 Mile Island, dude.
They can control the weather.
Yeah. Chemtrails. Vegeta then asks who's next. Nappa says if no one steps up, we'll have a free-for-all. I think he means battle royal, dude.
Oh man, I knew that was coming.
Can one of our listeners, here's a, what would it be, a plea? We need, one of our
request.
Sure. Well, this is more than a request. This is a need. One of our listeners, please draw Nappa as Hulk Hogan. Give him like a red and yellow outfit and a blonde mullet. Maybe put him in like a pose, or have him riding a Harley.
Yeah, that's our new logo right there.
Hogan, fucking Nappa dressed as Hogan.
Yeah.
Yes.
We need to make that a t-shirt.
Yes.
We'd have like a good Nappa quote in there, something about the Cricket Brigade.
It would have to be a take on a Hogan quote.
Yeah. 50,000 screaming cricket speed.
Nappamaniacs.
Nappamaniacs.
Nappamania running wild. That's what it can be. It can be Nappamania.
Nappamania. I like it.
Yes, that's our new logo. That needs to be a thing right away.
We'll make it happen.
Piccolo jumps at Nappa's request, but Krillin offers to go next. But then Yamcha demands that it be his turn. Yamcha says he's anxious to show them what the Z Warriors are all about. Oh boy.
I think if I was like one of the Z Warriors out there and I heard Yamcha say that, I'd just like cringe. Like, we're really going to let you represent us right now as the first fighter?
I'd blow him up. But like, he is not representing us.
It's almost a good idea, actually, to send him out first, because then, like, Yamcha gets sent out, dies real quick, and then the Saiyans, like, let their guard down a little bit, like, oh, these guys are all going to be easy.
But it is kind of like a good representation, I guess, because Yamcha goes out, dies, and then everyone after him starts dying. So it's like, oh. So, I guess he is kind of representing.
Yep.
But yeah, it's not a good look.
Not at all. It's because he didn't bring out the Wolfang fist.
No, he didn't. Yamcha reminds Krillin that he's been wished back with the Dragon Balls once already. So that's why he should fight. Yamcha prepares himself. Vegeta says that Yamcha seems eager. Nappa responds with, "Yeah, right, eager to die."
Yes.
Nappa is the MVP of the saga.
Yeah. Silver's dub goes to, or actually we already gave it to Roshi, but an honorable mention to Nappa.
Was that this episode or last episode?
That was this episode.
When Ox King came in?
Yeah.
Are you sure?
Yeah, I'm positive.
Oh, okay, you're right. It was. Okay, well. Yeah, Nappa, MVP. Nappa might be the MVP of the whole series.
Yeah, he might be. He's the most. We're learning every episode that he was definitely the most overlooked, underused character.
For sure. Back at Kame House, Roshi, Bulma, and the others are watching the news. The news is showing a shot of the fight that could not exist unless there was a cameraman right down on the battlefield in front of everyone. This made no sense.
Yeah, not really. Unless they had some crazy telescopic lenses, which doubtful.
Also, I never noticed how big Oolong's ears are. Why are they so big? He looks more like an elephant than a pig.
When an elephant fucks a pig.
Pig and elephant DNA.
Just don't splice.
I don't know. He had big ears in this scene. I never noticed. I also like how Puar sits on his head.
Yeah. Fucking poor.
Bulma then gets excited when Yamcha appears on the TV. Then Roshi tries to molest her out of nowhere. This is really random.
Oh, you're talking about like after he dies?
No, like right here.
He molests her quite frequently in this episode.
Like Yamcha shows up on the TV and she gets all excited, and then Roshi just comes up behind her and starts like doing the grabby hands out of nowhere.
Yeah, Roshi gets away with a lot.
Oh yeah, and nobody really cares. It's just they just accept that he's a total pervert. But we've discussed this many times. Yeah. They then notice that Gohan on the TV and how big he's gotten. Chi-Chi says that Gohan looks like Goku when he was a boy. I mean, not really, but...
Well, that's how it works. The kid usually looks like the daddy. Annie looks like the mommy.
That's what a son is, brother. We call that a son. Chi-Chi then sees a Cyberman and faints at the thought of Gohan having to fight one. Back on the battlefield, Yamcha and the Cyberman begin their fight. Gohan says that they vanished. Piccolo tells him they're just moving very fast, and Gohan needs to feel out their energy. Piccolo tells him not to focus on a specific point, but to let his eyes take in his entire surroundings. He tells Gohan that he's not trying to see their bodies, but the light that their energy gives off. Gohan then begins to focus. First, he can hear them, and he remains... Go ahead.
I was just going to say, I imagine like trying to watch fights in the Dragon Ball Z universe. It's like when you're taking the eye test and you have to like, I don't know, you have to like say whenever the freaking lights, like, you know what I'm talking about? It's kind of like you're like looking for like cars passing on the freeway, like 100 miles an hour.
Yeah, I know what you're talking about.
It's like got to be something like that.
I liken it to one of those fucking things you stare at and see the picture. You know, the ones that some people can see but others can't. It's just like a big...
I'm really bad at those.
Yeah, I've never been able to do it. Gohan remains focused and not blinking. He is then able to see Yamcha and the Cyberman fight. You'd think Piccolo would have already taught him this. This seems kind of important.
Yeah, I don't know. I guess he's never really watched a battle before.
That's true.
He didn't think to show him. Like, I don't know.
He could have done his split form thing and
fought himself. Maybe.
But I don't know.
Maybe he doesn't want to give away that technique yet. He's not sure if he's gonna be allies with Gohan after this is all said and done.
Yamcha dodges an attack and fires a Kamehameha. I think. It looked like it. At the Cyberman. And it's a direct hit. And Yamcha appears to have won. The Cyberman is lying in a hole with a stupid look on his face. Nappa notes that this makes 2 Cybermen that have fallen. Yamcha then volunteers to take on the other 4 by himself. Suddenly, the Cyberman that everyone thought was dead leaps out from the ground and grabs a hold of Yamcha. Piccolo says it's over. The Cyberman then self-destructs, taking Yamcha with him. Vegeta declares it a draw. We then see Yamcha lying in a small crater, not moving. Krillin runs over to check on him and says that he's dead. Vegeta laughs.
Someone needs to build this Cyberman a statue commemorating this moment.
Yeah, forget the statue of Hercule. They need to erect one of him.
Yeah.
Also, why didn't Yamcha explode?
In the bits?
Yeah.
I don't know. Maybe it was just more fun to show his stupid dead body after.
Yeah, that's true.
More dramatic effect.
Back at Kame House, everyone is a bit confused at what's going on. Roshi says that he's sorry, but they've lost Yamcha. Puar freaks out, and then Bulma freaks out. Did they just forget about the Dragon Balls?
Oh, yeah, they did, and they mentioned it too later.
It seems like that this happens all the time. Like, they always forget about the Dragon Balls. Every time somebody dies, like, they freak out. Like, they can't just wish them back.
Yeah, it's almost like kind of annoying to a point.
Everyone except Goku. Goku never freaks out.
Nah,
when someone dies.
Like, none of the fighters really freak out. I mean, Krillin does, but like Goku, Piccolo.
Yeah, Krillin always freaks out when someone dies.
Yeah, pretty much. Like your Gokus, your Piccolos, your Vegetas, they're never going to freak out in death situations.
But I
guess Goku does freak out sometimes.
When someone dies? He might get...
Yeah, like when Krillin dies. Eat a monster.
Yeah, he gets... I mean, he gets angry whenever, like, his friends die and stuff, but... And also, I don't think... He probably thought that Krillin couldn't be wished back.
This is true.
But well, that's spoiler. But
I mean, the whole wish him back, I mean, I get it, but kind of ruins the series for me. Like, it doesn't ruin it, but I think it would be better if it wasn't so easy to just wish every character back after they die.
I guess that's why Goku doesn't really care. Just death becomes not very meaningful.
Nah, any like other worlds, it's just like, oh, cool. They're just like, they have halos now, but they can still do whatever the fuck they want.
Yeah. Anyway, Krillin calls Yamcha a big stupid jerk. He says it was his turn to fight, and it should have been him. Nappa tells him to shut up.
You're all gonna die anyway.
Nappa says it doesn't matter because, yes, that's exactly what I have wrote down. They're all going to die anyway. Vegeta tells Nappa to give them a moment to get the trash off the battlefield. Burn.
Yeah.
Now you get it.
If you don't know, now you know.
Now you know. This angers Krillin, who declares himself next to fight. He says he'll take on all 4 Cybermen at once as he begins to power up. I like this part because Krillin does that side look that we see a lot of characters do, where he just kind of turns his head and has like the angry face.
Yeah, he gets that little like Napoleon complex. Like, you can tell in his head he thinks he's a lot bigger than he is.
Well, I just like the whole, I don't know, just the look.
Yeah.
It's just like...
I was definitely a little hyped. I'm like, oh, snap, because I don't remember exactly what happens. Like, I'm like, oh, shit, is he really going to fuck up all 4 of these Cybermen at the same time?
Yeah.
So, yeah, I was a little hyped.
Yeah, it's a pretty cool scene. They make Krillin look actually pretty cool in this part.
Yeah.
And then Mr. Narrator comes in to send us off. And that's episode 23.
Ooh.
It was a good episode, but it's I want to say important episode. It's kind of a, it's like a landmark type.
Yeah,
stands out.
One of the greatest scenes in the whole series happens in this episode.
Yeah. Sort of, it stands out on its own.
And it's like one episode of a series of just like greatness, like just a lot of shit happening, characters dying, like shit gets real serious in this story arc. A lot more serious than some of the others.
Yeah, because this kind of set the whole pace for the show.
Yeah, unfortunately, it doesn't keep up this pace the entire series, but
no, not really.
But it was a good start to the series, at least. Really hooks you in.
Yes, good episode, and they get better. I think they get better. They're at least as good.
Yeah, for sure.
Did you think 23 was better than 22?
Oh yeah, definitely.
Interesting.
Well, I mean, it's like by default because Yamcha gets blown the fuck up.
That's true. Yeah.
If Yamcha didn't blow up in this episode, it would be a close call, I guess.
Yeah. Again, I gotta give... Or, did I already do? Again, I was gonna say, again, I gotta give Nappa MVP of the show. But I already said that. I said that in this episode, so... He gets it twice in one episode.
Like 22 is almost like, for me, it was like the Arrival Part 2. Like it was really similar setup to Raditz's Arrival, but with Vegeta and Nappa. So it's like Arrival on steroids.
Yeah, that's a good way to look at it.
But yeah, it was good. Both good episodes. Next episode's good too. Looking forward to it.
Yeah, I'm looking forward for all the upcoming episodes.
Yeah, pretty much the rest of there's no more filler in the rest of this arc.
Not really, no.
Sweet. Anything else?
No. I've said all I can say. Wrap it up.
Wrap it up.
Give us a follow. Subscribe, like, download, rate, review. And as always,
tune in next time for another exciting episode of the Dragon Balls Deep Podcast.